Welcome everyone to Season 2, Weekend 1 here in Monza. We're lined up on the grid about 50 seconds from start. Let's see who we have on the grid.
In P1, we have Nicholas Richardson in the Red Bull. Okay. P2, we have Jimmy Coe in the AlphaTauri. P3, we've got in the Alpine, and we've obviously got the safety car in the back.
Let's see. We will have no formation lap this week, we've been told, as we have multiple drivers already out due to engine problems. They were not prepared for the start of the season, and as such, they will be behind for the rest of it.
Yes, I do agree.
About to get underway here. Safety car lights are on. Unfortunately, we cannot see the starting lights for some reason. However, you know, it's okay. We're gonna get underway here, and it's lights out and away we go.
Nicholas Richardson, beautiful start. Quick reaction time. What's gonna happen here?
My goodness, heading into turn 1. Everyone's a little slow. Tires are still pretty cold here off the start. No formation lap this week, as we already mentioned. It's going to be Richardson 1, and it seems that we're still in the order we were on the grid here. Coming into turn 2 here. We're getting a little close here. The AlphaTauri and the Alpine. Looks like they're going to start fighting shortly. And at the moment, we've got a 0.04 of a second gap between the Alpine and the AlphaTauri.
Lock up from both drivers. What's going on here? AlphaTauri with a good exit. Going through turn 4. Keeping the Alpine behind. Into turn 5. Same story. A little bit of lock up from the Alpine. What's he going to do here? Wheel to wheel. Beautiful racing. What's going to happen?
Oh my goodness, and the Alpine is sliding. The Alpine is sliding.
Oh,
let's check on the AlphaTauri. Oh, and the AlphaTauri slide. Oh my god, big shunt, lap 1. Both off track. Oh, minor damage. Oh my god, what is the AlphaTauri doing? Alpine just gets by there. Surprisingly, there seems to be no damage. The AlphaTauri is still spinning around. Alpine gaining a sizable advantage in time here. Looks like the Red Bull is 10 seconds the leader. Let's see where we're at with him. We are heading down the main straight now on lap 2. The AlphaTauri is now just getting its wits about it. It was off track with a 21-second gap now. Taking a look at the Alpine.
What's the Alpine gonna driver do here? Is he gonna lock up? Oh, he's
locked up. A little bit of a lockup. Lap 2 and we've already had chaos. Lap 2 and we're already in chaos. About 10 seconds apart for each driver. We'll see. Can they recover? Maybe a safety car, maybe something. Something might come into play and help them out here.
Nicholas Richardson is here on the medium tires. Let's see if he's going to be able to hold on to those medium tires for the race.
And it looks like we've got a bit of a glare on the camera here. The tires look red, but they are in fact yellow. We can confirm that. We've got the data here.
First lap is going to be a 1:33.65 for the Red Bull driver. Is he going to be able to improve this time? Maybe get a fastest lap of the race. A little bit of sliding from Richardson. Obviously, it's going to be those cold tires. Still trying to get them warmed up. Heading into turn 8 on the inside line. Back on the throttle, nice and hard. Going past the start-finish line. What's that going to be? It's going to be a 1 second. It's going to be a fastest lap for Nicholas Richardson, but it's only just the second lap.
Looks like we're coming in at a 1:32.09 there for Richardson. Pretty good considering this was the first real lap of the race. Let's check in with the other competitors here who are further down the order. Oh, and we've had a bit of a lockup from the Alpine again. Still leading. Still leading the AlphaTauri by 24 seconds, 24.8 seconds here, as now the AlphaTauri is coming down the main straight. We will not have any DRS for another lap or so, not that the drivers would be able to use it at this time anyway. Let's turn back into the Alpine here. Let's see if they can get in any time on this Red Bull, who is driving at a remarkably fast pace here. Quite the pace setter, quite a quite nice to see him setting this pace again. First race of the second season. I know we just signed this new broadcasting deal for season 2, but in season 1 we saw quite the same running from the Mercedes, the former Mercedes driver, gone to Red Bull due to the little issues we've had with Mercedes and how they won't be returning to competition this season. More on that in a later interview.
I've got a question for you. What do you think is going to happen with Hunt? He seems to be looking up into turn 1 and turn 3. So is he just having, do you think it's the cold tires? What do you think?
You know, to be honest, I think just like the other cars that we already see on the leaderboard that are out here, I think the Alpine is just not ready. I don't think it's ready for the start of the season. I think that's what we're seeing. I mean, they have moved up a place. You know, started 3rd, up a place now in 2nd. He seems to have a decent pace here, but you know, he seems to be trading seconds here with Richardson. Not really competitive here with these lockups. This, you know, I don't think he's ready. I think it might be a little bit of the driver, a little bit of the car here.
I believe so. He's just, those tires are gonna degrade quick, Nick. He's gonna have to pit. It's not gonna be a very good strategy.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the Alpine right now at this rate, I mean, it looks like these tires aren't going to last. Oh, and that's the sausage curb for you. He's in the gravel. Will he be able to get the car out?
He will.
It looks like he will. He is back. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
well,
seems
looks like he's got some overheating tires. Let's check in with the AlphaTauri, who should gain some time from that.
Speeding around turn 2.
And surprisingly, not much time gain. Oh my goodness, a big lockup and a spin. The AlphaTauri has spun, gone off track and spun. It's gonna flip around quick. Oh my God. Well, that is quite the event. This race. We're only on lap 4 and already disaster for both Alpine and AlphaTauri. Let's check back in with the Alpine here. We might be able to get into some onboards here shortly.
Seems like he's getting the speed out the Alpine, but he's just not controlling the car well through these corners. I believe it's going to be a setup issue. I think I think the team's gone in unprepared, like you said.
Setup, skill, all of the above. I'm not sure. We'll have to see. We're only on lap 5. Everybody's just back from the break here. You know, let's give everyone a chance to get their wits about them. Although he's almost in the pit lane, so
let's check in with Richardson.
Let's take a look at our pace setter here. Coming into what turn is this?
Turn 4.
Turn 3. Well, as you can see, we're a little rusty from the summer break too. But oh my goodness, and he's off. Jesus.
That's going to be a first for Richardson in the race. Will Hunt be able to catch up from the?
Oh my goodness, what a disaster! He's having trouble flipping the car around. But it looks like he will be okay. What an interesting moment. What an interesting moment to catch here.
It looks like Richardson is also rusty from the summer break.
Looks like there's a chance, but we do see the Alpine gaining time. Only a 3 oh my God. And the Alpine's in the air.
Big shunts,
oh my,
big shunts.
And it's spinning. It's repeatedly spinning. Oh my goodness. Let's go to the AlphaTauri now, who somehow didn't gain much time off of that. But it looks like, despite the spins, Richardson will secure the lead still with a 13.5-second gap here.
What do you think, Nick? He's running these medium tires. How long do you think he can last on those?
Well, we know mediums. You know, it's a hit or miss. It is pretty hot here today, so you know, hopefully he's gonna be able to stretch it to maybe the 30s. But he's definitely gonna have to come in. I'm thinking 25 to 30. I'm thinking for a stop here.
Oh. He just came in with 135.29. Not very, very kind of disappointing with his other results. He's gonna have to speed it up here, Nick, if he's gonna.
Definitely. Let's take a look here. I think we just saw a car catching him on the straight, and it's gonna be the Alpine, but the Alpine's terribly slow into this first chicane. Dangerously slow, actually. The AlphaTauri might be able to get its time back on just that alone. Let's see what happens.
It seems, Nick. It seems that his brakes are very hard. So like, he's locking up a lot. It's not looking good for him.
Definitely some concerns here for the Alpine. Definitely some concerns for the Alpine team here. If their driver is going to be degrading tires like this, but you know, as we've seen all day, Ollie, as we've seen all day, I think that all the teams are in trouble because none of them seem to be able to keep their cars on the track.
That is true. That is true. Maybe preseason testing, maybe it wasn't enough. Maybe they need to test their cars out a little bit more.
We do have some data from preseason testing. Maybe if we can pull that up, if one of the analysts here. Oh, and the AlphaTauri leaves the track there. We'll see if race control comes with anything on that. Doesn't look like he gained any time. I wouldn't be too surprised if that's just swept under the rug, for lack of a better term. But the AlphaTauri pretty fast through the Emirates corner here. A little bit of a slide there on the curb, but looks like we will be fine. And somehow, I don't know how it happened. We've been talking. I guess we haven't been paying attention to our jobs here, but he has gained about 10 seconds. He's now within 15 seconds of this car in second. Starting over, he was at 25 seconds. So we'll see what he can do.
Seems that he's gained some skill over the summer break.
Seems like the rust is falling off. Lap 7, people are starting to stay on the track. Let's check in with the Alpine here. Alpine seems to be getting a bit of speed, but seems to be a bit shaky actually. Maybe possibly some problems with the steering here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it looks like we're having steering issues with the Alpine here. We'll have to see if we get any word. Yeah, that's one way to put it. What a start to the season.
We've just got a radio message from the Alpine. Unfortunately, we won't be able to show it, but he's quite raging in that car. He's shouting at the team having problems.
It appears he is flipping off his steering wheel. Can we get a helmet cam for that? It looks like we're having a bit of trouble seeing it, but he was flipping off the steering wheel just moments ago here, ladies and gentlemen.
You can see the anger in his eyes.
We can. Let's ride on board for a little bit here. We're with Hunt in the Alpine here. His last season at Ferrari. A little bit of a disappointment, would you say?
As we can see, Cole has gained 200 seconds.
200 seconds. Wow. I'm not sure the summer rust has worn off yet.
That is true. A little bit rusty. He's gained over 500th of a second, as we can see on our timings. What is Hunt doing? He seems to be losing time on that Red Bull.
It's going to be these corners. It looks like he's really struggling keeping the speed through here, slowing down quite a bit there, below 70. I know that's a slow corner, but I think that's just too slow. I don't think we can keep that pace up. Oh, and it seems like he's also having engine problems because he's not shifting. There we go. A little bit hung up on the shift there. 15 seconds the gap between first place and second. Oh, and second has locked up and spun. Let's take a look, see if the AlphaTauri is catching up. Oh, some lockup from the AlphaTauri. Oh, and he's in the wall. Oh my goodness. The AlphaTauri is in the wall, ladies and gentlemen. Taking the curbs. He should be getting back in now. And oh my god, the floor of the car taking quite the beating, but he is back and racing. Let's check in with P1 here. Let's see what he has to offer us. Coming into the last corner here. Looks like he will be.
Oh,
what is the lap time here? Let's see.
It's gonna be.
Does seem to have some pace.
It's gonna be a was that lap 8?
That was 8. Correct. That was 8. Yes.
Yeah. It was going to be a 1:34.60.
Okay.
And Nick, I believe I don't know if he's losing time, if the tires are wearing, but he has currently an average of like a 1:34. Maybe we will see him.
I believe that if I'm the Red Bull team here, I'm slowing him down because if I'm looking at the strategy here, we've got, you know, he's on the mediums, right? He's on the C3s here,
yeah,
so
true.
You know, we need to conserve these if he's gonna make it. You know, a one stop. I believe that's what I would go for here. It's hot, but there is some clouds rolling through, so you know, if he's gonna keep these tires, we're gonna have to, you know, go easy on them here, and I think that's what he's doing here. As we can see, the braking and the patterns are a little more sporadic.
He's quite gently, trying to save those tires.
Trying to do a Sergio Perez, keep these tires as long as he possibly can. And runs a little wide on that corner there, but he should be okay. Let's take a look back at the other cars here. The AlphaTauri here, we've got a 17, just under 17-second gap to second.
Turn 4, taking the curb a little bit. How fast he's going to turn 5? Let's see. Quite smoothly through turn 5, using as much curb as possible. What's he going to do? Very quick.
Getting a little bit close here, I would say. You know, I think everyone's kind of found their groove, so to speak.
Very quick through that. Whoa, very quick through that S. Let's check up on the Alpine.
Gaining time on the Alpine for sure. Will it be enough? Will he be within DRS? DRS was enabled about 6 laps ago. But it doesn't look like he is going to be anywhere near DRS range for, you know, quite a few more laps. I would say, if we could get an analysis on this, I would say probably to lap 15 at this current pace. It's going to take at least 5 laps if the Alpine continues with this disastrous braking we've been seeing.
He looks like, what was he at, 15 seconds? Now he's at 22, Nick. What's going on? Is it the spins?
Well, it's clearly something with the car. I mean, he can't keep it in a straight line, and he's flipping it off. And, you know, what isn't he doing is really the question here.
He's getting quite angry, to be honest.
As we see him, he's not bad on these corners. Seems like steering is maybe not the issue. Maybe it's the porpoising. You know we had a lot of problems with those in Season 1 in the Mercedes.
Yeah,
so we'll see. Maybe that could be the Alpine's fault this season.
He's quite shaky with the wheel. Don't know, maybe he's just fighting. The car's fighting him, so it's not very good. As we can see, he's going left and right, quite fast through this corner.
And it seems like a lot of the drivers are slowing down through that corner there. I believe that is that's going to be turn 7, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
turn 7 there. Turn 7. A lot of the drivers having some trouble here. Let's see what's going on with the AlphaTauri here. Oh, coming through turn 7 themselves. That didn't look bad.
Quickly.
We'll see what happens here. Let's see what's going on with the race leader. And wow, what a rapid lap here he's on. Oh my goodness, he's having some steering issues, it looks like. Oh my god, he spun again on turn, what is this, 3? Turn 3, and he's already spun again. Quite slow. The Red Bull is definitely not a cornering car this season by the looks of things.
Is Han going to be able to catch up the few seconds?
Well, it's 24 seconds, and he does not appear like, oh, it's almost 30 now. It does not appear like Hunt will be catching him this lap, or rather that incident.
Let's check in with Cole. He seems to be slowing down. He was at 15 seconds away from Hunt. Now he's at now he was at 18.
Now he's at 16. Looks like both drivers having a little bit of off-track issues continued into lap 11 here. But we'll keep an eye on it, right? As we know, everyone's back. It's the first race. Let's not go too. Oh my God! And the floor of the car is taking a beating here. It's taking a beating here.
That floor of the car must be some sturdy piece of carbon fiber.
Yeah, we've got you know, I think maybe the teams have been tailoring their vehicles to their drivers because, oh my God, and the AlphaTauri is in the wall.
Oh my God.
Oh my, let's take our eyes off that. Let's see what the Alpine's doing.
Just got out of turn 7. He's swerving quite a lot. What do you think is going on, Nick? He's just.
I don't know what's going on in this race. I don't know what's going on in this race, Ollie. Everyone's everywhere.
Really, it's such a disaster for all the drivers.
Oh
Richardson.
He's not even on the track anymore. Oh my goodness.
I guess trying to catch up with Richardson is quite a challenge.
I'm not sure that line even gains you any time. I'm not sure.
That is true.
I'm really not sure.
Again. I believe he's locked up in every single lap on that corner. That is not a good look. I believe he's gonna have to pit in the next 10 laps. He's gonna have to. Those tires are degrading. They're gonna lose their traction.
I mean, if I'm those tires, I'm crying out for help at this point already. It's oh my God, the side to side. This is rough, but he's making it work, right? First season, first race of the season. Gotta give it some time. Gotta give the teams time to figure things out, right?
What's happened to Cole? Back at 21 seconds. What's he done?
Clearly, well, probably smashing into another wall. Oh, and he's off track as we come back to him here. Cole is, my God, locking up on turn 3 almost every lap as well. Looks like the problem area for the Alpine might be turn 1, and the problem for the AlphaTauri might be turn 3 here. Off track there.
Turn 5. That's turn 4, sorry.
Yeah, looking like we're getting a little stable here again. Maybe a little bit of overheating on the tires. Might have to slow down here. Let's see. Let's check in with P1. Let's see. Are we gonna see any more spins from the Red Bull? I mean, it seems like the Red Bull's got their car figured out. It's pretty quick here, no? It's pretty quick.
We've got a last lap time of a 1:36.5. I think he's just trying to
probably tire. Yeah, probably looking at the tires here. The team's probably telling him on the radio. I mean, we can check in a moment, but probably telling him to keep those tires.
Yeah, because I think they're trying to go for a one-stop, like you said. It's going to be quite difficult. 53 laps on quite a high-speed track is going to be quite difficult. But as we know, last season we've seen that he has no problem saving tires. He's quite a very good driver.
That's true, but last season we do know last season we ran into quite a few issues with tires. We had a lot of issues, especially in the middle of the season. Teams were not knowing what to do. Tire strategy was a disaster. We even had a race where I believe it was, I forget, but one team forgot to switch compounds in the race. Yeah, that was, and the disaster at Monaco, if you recall.
That was quite tremendous. I think we remember Cole rear-ending.
Yeah, I believe Cole and Hunt had quite a nasty collision. And actually, speaking of season 1, since it seems like we're at a bit of a lull in the action here, let's keep our eyes on these cars here. We'll see if we can watch Cole catching up here. But if oh my God, and illegal DRS usage. It appears. It appears the AlphaTauri's DRS has just opened.
I believe it was a faulty click on the steering. Maybe
he might be having a Max Verstappen. Oh, and he cut that corner.
Oh,
we will. We'll see what the stewards are going to deliver on that.
That floor of the car, I'm feeling bad. It's like screaming for help.
I think the Alpine and the AlphaTauri are both screaming for major assistance here. Anyway, thinking back to last season. Oh my God, where were we? Oh yeah, Richardson undefeated last season, and really the only few races that I think he was in any danger: Monaco, Spain.
Spain was a big.
Spain was close. Spain, there's a big incident, a huge red flag coming out there on, I believe, lap 24, if I recall. Lap 24, we ran into a red flag in Spain, and I believe his teammate, 63 car, just passed him actually after that lap, but results were taken from the lap before. So, quite an interesting situation there. But only 2 races was he under any real pressure. We'll see if this season's any different with the AlphaTauri leaving the track slightly there. We'll see if anything comes of it. Pretty good corner there.
Do you think there's going to be any safety cars? Do we think? We've had
a
few incidents.
I mean, judging by their driving, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if a car's blocking the track or a wheel goes flying.
Yeah, true. We can see that Cole's caught up to 6 seconds he's gained on Hunt. What's he doing? Are these tires just not working?
Cole is oh, and the Alpine in the pits here.
Quite quick.
We'll take a look. We'll see. This angle should be good to get both the AlphaTauri and the Alpine coming out. So we'll take a look. Here are all the teams, and the Alpine is in the pits. That's pit stop. Oh my, he missed his box, and there goes the AlphaTauri. The AlphaTauri has passed the Alpine while in the pits. We'll see what the Alpine does. It looks like they're on hard. Oh my God, they are blocking the pit exit. My goodness. Well, let's check in with Cole here.
Oh my God.
Gaining some time, but still 37 seconds the gap to leader. I don't think Richardson has to worry, and I don't even think he's got to stop saving those tires. I mean, I don't know.
It looks like Hunt got onto a C2 tire, the hardest compound.
And
I don't think that's gonna work for him.
And it's looking like he's having some real trouble getting out of the pits. And but he's figured it out. Let's see.
Figure it
Hunt,
out.
now a 40-second gap, 43 seconds, pretty much. Over 43 seconds
Tired.
to Cole.
Oh my.
And oh my.
Is that Richardson in the
Oh
back?
my. Whoa, what and immediately back to the pit stop. Oh, wow. Wow, okay. He is he's back racing. Must have gotten in that spare car really quick there. So thankfully he didn't get injured during that exchange. A minute. I don't even know what to say here, Ollie. Oh my Oh my goodness, the Alpine really's got to figure out their drivers.
What contract got to decide here? That's gonna be millions of pounds of damage.
That
That's
is
bad
surely
Alpine
that is going to
management.
be a hit to the budget cap this season for the Alpine.
Maybe they're gonna spend it more on catering. I don't know.
I wonder.
I don't know. He seemed those tires are gonna go quicker than his mediums at this rate. He's done about 7 stops.
Yeah, we we definitely have some concerns for the Alpine team here. I mean, hey, it's not our it's not our place to judge, but I'm not sure any of the Alpine team is using their head this race.
True, off that crash, there's gonna be no head in a minute. Oh my god.
That's a good one there, Ollie. That's a good one.
Let's go to Cole. Let's see what he's doing. Speeding through. Oh my god.
I mean, I hate to break it to you, man, but that is the name of the game. Speed is the idea in Formula One.
I believe Hunt tried to use speed to his advantage, but obviously it didn't work.
Well, the only advantage he gained was a new car. Maybe he'd already blown out the first engine.
After his shocking gear shifts, I don't know what he's gonna do.
Yeah, the 6th gear in the first lap. Interesting. Second lap. Anyways, news for everybody. The safety car has not been deployed yet, surprisingly.
Only lap 17 of 53.
Oh my god, what the hell is the Alpine doing? What the hell is the Alpine doing, ladies and gentlemen? What did we just see?
I believe he's raging over the radio. Absolutely screaming at his teammate.
The Alpine just comes out of a quarter cut and is now racing the Red Bull that's a lap ahead, to my understanding here.
That is true.
You know, so much has been going on. This car's flipped through the air. This car is smashed into the pit lane. It's been in the wall, and now it's behind the Red Bull somehow. But
what's he gonna do here?
Hey, you never know what can happen in these races.
Yeah, you never know, man. The Alpine driver is quite an interesting one.
Oh,
he's
left the track. Okay, but it's back on. That was just a minor inconvenience there for the Alpine.
What are the Stewards gonna do after that one? I believe he did gain time.
I believe he's DRS range. Yes, he should be probably in terms of track position only 700ths off of Richardson. So that's a fine DRS deployment there, but it doesn't result in anything. And if anything, that actually hurts him more with the lockup because he had too much speed there. That's gonna degrade these C2s quite fast.
This tire is very hot. Jesus,
It's always good to see two cars fighting, even if it is for last place versus first place. You know, this reminds me of this. He's in the gravel again. Oh my goodness.
I think he despises that corner. I think he's got some beef, as they would say in England. Oh my god. Quickly around turn 4.
Oh, a little bit of off track again.
Turn 5. Quick. What's gonna? Oh my god. Let's check on Cole. What's going on with him? He's staying in the 37-second range.
Absolutely nothing is going on with Cole at the moment. He is about half a lap behind Richardson, and I believe he is on the same lap here as Hunt. No, potentially lapped Hunt as well. I believe Hunt has been lapped twice now by both cars, once by each car.
Hunt now with a 1 minute gap. Jesus, he's
take
gonna
a look.
have to.
Let's take a look at hopefully some good racing out of the Red Bull. It's been in P1 the whole race. We'll see what happens here, but at the moment it's looking like a grand slam. Am I
Yeah,
mistaken?
no, you're not. Last lap, you got 134.4. He's keeping a nice average currently within. He's trying to save those time.
Yeah, we're already on lap 19. It's important to mention he's on the softest compounded on the track at the moment. All cars are either C3 or C2 right now. We have no softs deployed as of yet. And he's on lap 20. So
I mixed up. Lap 18 got 133.53. Very, very, very quick. Let's see what he can do this lap. I think he's gonna try speed through, use his tires, pit, and go for the whole race.
yeah, I wouldn't be so sure here. I wouldn't be so sure. With this gap, I think he's probably gonna conserve the tires and keep going. Let's check in with the Alpine, who's a lap behind now.
DRS! Oh my God!
Oh, and illegal DRS deployment from the Alpine. There's no mistake about that.
He's used it for the whole straight.
That is surely going to be a penalty. That is surely going to be a penalty from race control for that. Possibly even points. Possibly even points we're looking at here on the super license. Potentially, I don't know. It's gonna be up to the CRRC, as I like to call it. Double C, double R. We'll see what's up. Anyways, last season, important to mention, Cole in the reverse position with Hunt here. He was at 11 out of 12 points, I believe. If anyone can confirm that for me.
It's going to be a close fight, as we see. Cole last season had a big gap on Hunt, but Cole's car gave out in the last couple of races, losing him.
Well, I think we should correct that statement. I believe he actually was he wasn't able to attend a couple of the races, and I believe that's how the Ferrari caught up initially. And I believe P2 Ferrari did end up finishing second in the constructors and drivers. Hunt second in the drivers. However, that season was undefeated. That was undefeated Mercedes Richardson combo.
That is true.
So will we have a repeat of that again this season? Will we? That's the question.
I don't know.
That's the question. That's the question on everybody's mind.
That is true. That is true. Oh, dropping back. He's lost about 5 seconds on Richardson.
Still P2.
And Hunt.
Still P2 though. Hunt and Cole. It's really gonna come down here. I think the only way. I mean, look at the pace of Richardson here. He's not really making many mistakes, if any. I'm not one to push any driver over another, but right now it would be a catastrophe. Would have to happen for Richardson to blow this. I mean, hopefully that's not a jinx. Hopefully that's not a jinx. But lap 21, still on C3s.
Last season we saw him with the number 44. This season he's decided to take that number 1. Let's see if he can keep it. Like you said, is it gonna be maybe Cole wins? Maybe at this rate, the Alpine.
At this rate, Ollie. Let's be honest with each other. The only thing Cole's winning is P2, and maybe keeping his seat in AlphaTauri. I mean, if we don't see any wins out of the rest of the grid this season, I don't know. I think the league might dissolve, because this is not much of a league at this point with a 45-second gap on lap 21. No pit stops for anybody but Hunt. No safety cars.
Let's check back on Hunt. What's he doing? Because how long is his contract? Do we know?
Well, we know that we know that the first 7 races, we know that the contracts are locked. There will be no switches. After that, it's up to the team. Oh, and he spun. But he's gonna be back on it. Oh, he's putting him. Oh my goodness. Well,
he looks like he's gonna go to the Williams at this point.
I mean, the contracts are locked for now, but it's gonna be up to the teams whether or not they want to pay out on the contract and send them off, or if they're gonna keep them where they are. Let's see if looks like we have a bit of a moment here. I'm gonna just take a look at the season lineups. I believe it was announced just recently. Yeah. So Richardson, Red Bull, Mariano, former reserve for Ferrari, now the number 1 car for Ferrari. McLaren coming into the sport this season. James will be driving for McLaren. Hunt, obviously, as we see, Alpine. Cole at AlphaTauri, and we're gonna have George in the Aston Martin this season, just like last season. But this season, you know, he's gonna be entering, hopefully with the chance of attending all the sessions. I mean, he's out today, as we see, with engine troubles. You know, but you know, hopefully the season's been extended. We've got a couple extra races. We'll see what can be done.
Let's hold it up. Is that the AlphaTauri about to lap Hunt? Hunt is really struggling.
It does appear that the AlphaTauri may lap the Alpine here. Might be a tire situation, might not be. But it does appear that it could happen here. Let's take a look. here. You know, there is a gap still. There is a gap. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. But
you can see Cole is still in those mediums. He's kept them for 22 laps. Nick, how long do you think he's going to keep them? Because he keeps locking up. I don't know how.
Oh my goodness, and I've forgotten actually. I forgot the Haas. We've got Kuno in the Haas here this season.
Yeah, that is true.
And we do have a few reserves for each team. We've got a couple of reserves we're not going to go over obviously yet. But we do have reserves here who will be available to the teams. You know, we might be looking at deploying one here, especially with all this illegal DRS usage out of the Alpine AlphaTauri. And the apparent lack of driving skill.
Let's cut to Richardson. We've seen a massive Cole's gains nearly 10 seconds. He was at 9. Very.
I mean, no damage reported. I'm looking here. No damage has been reported by Red Bull. Let me take a little look here and see if I can find anything here. Incidents. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Maybe a little bit of off track. Maybe. But I'm not seeing anything. I'm not seeing anything right now, man. Driving a pretty clean race so far. You know, he doesn't have to push it. It is still a 30-second gap. He's lost 10 seconds, right? He was at 40. Cole was 40 up. Now he's only 30. But, you know, it's a 30-second gap, and it's lap 23. It might be some tire wear we're seeing.
I believe there's been some issues. I believe he said the track. It seems here that time was invalidated, and 139.8. Something must have happened there, Nick. Lap 22, he's also had the same 139.
Oh my goodness! And there goes Cole
once
again into the wall. Oh, it's Max Verstappen. He's back on the track.
They want to be Max Verstappen.
Yeah, we're in the wrong car, but you know, with moves like that, he might be moving up to Red Bull shortly here. Now, potential for Hunt to be lapped, even though Cole just went head on into the wall. Still the potential here for the lapping. Oh, and there's another corner cut. I don't know if we're gonna see anything, you know, delivered. Unfortunately, unlike you know, the other series of F1 in you know, your real head, it is important to remember that these incidents are reviewed after by the race officials. It is important to note. Now, Cole should have DRS here, and he doesn't deploy it. He does not deploy DRS. He might be just out of range. No. Nope. Yes. Potentially just out of range here.
Oh, big lock up from both of them. I think Cole went a little bit too fast. Very close with each other now.
Cole and Hunt going to be fighting here. Let's go on board with Cole here. Let's see what we can see. And Cole is going to be right up behind the Alpine here. This is quite exciting. And oh, excuse me. Cole has already, in fact, we have already lapped. The Alpine has been lapped by Cole. Oh, and Cole's in the gravel. Okay, well, we won't spend too much time worrying about that.
I believe that was. What do you think of that defending? He just like cut Cole right off.
I wouldn't really call it defending. I would really just call them both. You know, that's they've got to figure out their shit, man. I hate to say it, but you know, excuse the language here, but that was disastrous from both of them. I don't really think if there's a penalty to anyone there, it should just be for the heinous act of even having to watch that.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
God.
But
Let's see.
potential for a double lapping by Cole here, I believe, because this timing is not making a lot of sense here. 37 seconds to the leader. So I believe Hunt is already lapped or about to be lapped. No, he must already be lapped. He is already lapped. Yeah, I can confirm. Hunt is already lapped by both cars. Both cars have lapped Hunt at this point.
He's gonna have to work extremely hard, or he's gonna have to be lucky with a safety car, or if there is a safety car, are they even gonna let himself? You know what I mean?
In this situation, I think we do see the unlapping because Cole is not double lapped him, right? In a double lap situation, there's obviously the potential to not get yourself unlapped. But that's a rare occurrence these days. You don't usually see drivers falling that far behind. You know, runs a little wide there in the gravel. Oh, and
Where's the AlphaTauri?
okay, I don't know. Somehow he's behind him.
Closing in. He's closing in. It's all that smoke. Maybe you can't see. Oh my
off
god!
track again.
Alpine just looks like a massive smoke grenade at this point.
Oh, the anger is still in his eyes from the earlier incident. Let's see what we can... Oh, and Richardson with a new fastest lap, 1:31.07.
And that is quite a good lap.
Quite quick, considering he is obviously on the C3s.
That is true.
Okay, but it's looking like Cole will be able to lap Hunt again here if he keeps up this pace. We'll stay in this cam for a minute, take a little look, see what we can see here. A little bit of lockup on that turn. A little bit of lockup on this turn there. Coming down the main straight. Now, this should be DRS. This should be DRS. Yep. Looks like it will be DRS. And he does deploy DRS. But he's just not close enough. He's just not close enough to get a move done. This lap specific. Oh my God, full lockup. I can't even see the Alpine or the AlphaTauri. And let's see. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at what the AlphaTauri's looking like. And losing some time there. Must have gone off track that we didn't see in the smoke. Possibly a tractor we didn't see. Potentially. Coming up here, we've got the AlphaTauri. A little slow. Whoa! My goodness. My goodness, what a disaster.
Well, he's really being unlucky, but I don't know. What are we gonna do? What are they gonna do, man?
We don't know. I'm not sure.
I'm just struggling with his tires. I believe he's battling the car into corners. He's sliding easy. Look, are we gonna see a lockup from him here? Quite quick through there. That corner corner 7. Oh my God. Let's go back to the leader. Let's the leader go.
Yeah, honestly, do we even have a leader? It seems like it's only these two hitting the wall. This is an F2 practice session if I've ever seen one.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God. 1 minute away from Richardson. The Richardson, it seems like an easy victory for him here. Okay.
I mean, it's surely not looking good for the rest of the grid. I'll say that much. You know, missing a lot of cars today is hurting the back of the grid, which is 2 and 3 here today, because without the critical positioning there with the DRS that they can get for track position. And we see Cole into the pits. Let's see. Will the Alpine be able to do anything here? Will he be able to use this time? He is now within a minute. This is the first time he's been within a minute.
27 laps on those mediums.
Let's take a look. So let's keep in mind, we have not seen a pit stop yet from any car except for Hunt. So Cole will be the first to actually pit without damage, and he will be getting out here a minute 20 behind Richardson, but Cole or Hunt will not be catching Cole that much. He's within a minute, so that, you know, maybe by some miracle Hunt will catch up, but otherwise I'm thinking a safety car here. Safety car would be the only way.
I believe Hunt is still lapped at this point. He's gonna have to get past Cole, okay, and Richardson, which is gonna be extremely difficult. Sorry, we've seen from last season that Richardson is quite a good defender. He's very good. He's got very good racecraft. He knows He knows
Oh,
what
the
the
AlphaTauri
other
is on
driver's gonna
softs.
do.
We are on softs now for the AlphaTauri.
Is he gonna be able to gain any time with that?
I don't know what the team is thinking here, but softs on lap 27-28. That is a risk. I mean, we're going obviously a two-stop here for the AlphaTauri team.
Yes, that is true. That is true.
There's no question about it now. These tires will not last. They will not last. But
Maybe,
the question is, the question is he gonna get lucky? Because let's say the Alpine crashes or Cole or Richardson, oh,
the safety car.
And apparently the Alpine is 18 seconds now, so he's
What
unlapped
has
himself. Or Cole has been lapped again. I'm confused. And the leader coming up on Hunt again, I believe here. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what's going on.
What's happened with Hunt? Maybe there's been a.
Someone's coming out of the pits again in front of the Red Bull. I believe that's the AlphaTauri. Yes, that is the AlphaTauri coming out of the pits.
AlphaTauri. Oh my.
A little bit slow.
Lap 26 for Hunt. It was going to be invalid. He got a 125.7. That is definitely some corner cutting if I've ever heard.
Yeah, that's given his previous lap times, I'm not sure that that's even possible.
It was invalidated. Oh. Lap 27. Let's see what Hunt can do.
The Red Bull is off the track.
Oh my God! See, those tires are starting to give out.
It does appear. It does appear that way. It does appear that way.
That is true.
Oh, and here comes the Alpine. The Alpine does have a chance to unlap itself here, but I don't think the Red Bull will let it happen. We'll see. We'll see. It's going to be a bit of a fight.
When you look at our data, the last 26, 27, 28, Hunt had added. What's going on with him?
Well, I'd like to urge everyone watching to keep in mind that invalid lap times are just for fastest lap. They are not invalid for the race. That is another decision by the race officials that will come later. But
fighting now.
It is a chance. There is a chance. Defending the Alpine really hard there. Slows down quite a bit. Very early. A little bit of grass picked up by the Red Bull. And now the Alpine actually passes and unlaps itself. However, I think that's a play for the DRS, and it is in fact a play for DRS. The Red Bull will take back first position. That's some good strategy there. Oh, hard braking, blocking the Alpine, taking the inside line. A little bit wide there by both drivers. Both drivers.
Went into the gravel.
And now we see Richardson back on track. It looks like a 5 to 6 second gap on Hunt. And Hunt's in the grass. And
we know that Hunt is still lapped because he's not in second. Oh, he spun.
A little bit of a shunt there in turn 3.
He must really like sausage curbs because he's taken a lot of them.
That's one possibility. Now 30 seconds from P2. P2 is still a minute 12 away from the leader. Let's actually check in. Let's check in with Cole. So on the softs now for Cole. So that's the first soft we've seen. Of course, we saw that 28, I believe it was, lap 28, 27 for the pit stop, but...
He just got his time in. It's going to be a 131.78.
Okay, and that is...
29.
Pretty close to the fastest lap.
That was pretty close. Oh.
Looks like those brakes are pretty hot.
Yeah, he's struggling. I think his brakes are struggling. They're like screaming but I feel even badder for Hunt's brakes. Like, oh my God, massive lockups. Richardson, very good on his brakes. He's obviously been practicing on let's say F1 2020 or 2022. Sorry, practicing those brakes.
Oh, and Cole is in danger of getting lapped in the next few laps if he doesn't pick up his pace. We see him gain a couple seconds here, but now losing it again. And keep in mind, we have no pit stops for Red Bull yet. Red Bull has not come into the pits, and we are 31 laps. We are 31 laps in, so these tires are going to start giving out completely in another lap or so. You know, we don't know how hard he's been going. We've been a little preoccupied with everybody else in the gravel and the wall, but...
Massive lockup from the Alpine behind the Red Bull.
We will see here. I'm sure he's coming in for a pit stop within the next 3 laps. The next 3 laps, the Red Bull will need to come into the pits if they hope to finish this race without complication. We'll see what happens. The Alpine is getting close to unlapping itself, I believe. Yeah, it is still lapped by Red Bull. Richardson does have a lap up on Hunt. But if the pit stop happens, and it's happening now. Okay, Richardson is in the pits. Oh, the Alpine has spun round behind him, which will not make much of a difference. It's not going to make much of a difference, but... Oh, and he's just tearing down everybody's pit lines, the Red Bull style. And into the pits.
Alpine, is there any radio communication?
They're replacing the front wing. They are replacing the front wing. But it didn't seem to take too much time off.
It's all they've gone on C4's the soft option.
Red Bull has gone to the soft tire. Red Bull has gone to the soft tire, which is surprising to see, since you know they have such a gap. I would probably play it safe and stick with the mediums, or maybe even the hards. But you know, considering we already did 31 or 30-31 on the medium, I was thinking maybe another medium could get us to the end for Red Bull here. But they've decided to go with soft. Now, it is possible that they finish the race on softs. However, it would be cutting it close. It would be a slow final couple of laps. I would say 49-50, he's going to start running into complete deg on the tires.
Oh my god, Cole just lost 30 seconds. What is Cole done?
Let's check in on these two.
Oh, big lockup.
Cole apparently now has fastest lap. I'm not sure what the time was on that. If we could get a time check for it.
I can get it now.
Excuse me there. But it is looking like they are both the exact same distance. All 3 cars are the same distance apart. Cole 38 seconds from Richardson. Hunt 38 seconds from Cole. It looks like all cars are in each of the different sectors, and we're not going to see any fighting here for at least a couple of laps if everybody keeps this pace. Cole with a nice corner there. Cole tightening up definitely with these softs. I think maybe the tire choice is to help the driver here. You know, maybe it's not so much about strategy and it's just about trying to keep position here.
You see, there's Marshall. They're getting ready for the Alpine. You know what I mean?
They're getting ready for the AlphaTauri and the Alpine both to be in the wall permanently. But
quite quick through turn 7.
And this is actually quite surprising. The C2. Hunt has gained almost 7 seconds now to Cole, which is a bit of a concern for the AlphaTauri here, because the Alpine's on too harder of a compound. It's C2 versus C4.
It may have been a little spin from
there might have been an issue with the AlphaTauri we didn't see, or a very brief off-track moment that slowed the car, but this is very concerning. If I'm AlphaTauri, I'm contacting the driver right now, being like, "What are you doing, man?" Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Gaining about a second there to Richardson, so he's doing something right now. Cole is gaining the time again. This is probably just a preference choice. 33. We're on softs. AlphaTauri will need to stop again. We've confirmed this. I mean, if they want to finish this race and not DNF, they will require one more stop.
Unless they get lucky.
No, it is not possible at this point to get lucky. 33 laps, the tires are already degged. We can see it visually. It is not possible for them to finish on this tire. They will have to stop again. So if they can keep this gap, Hunt is gaining. That's it's important to note. Hunt is gaining. Oh my god. Well, I guess we figured out how. We've seen the Alpine a little bit reckless there. That's definitely going to be about a 10. I would say that's going to be a 5 to 10 second penalty for the Alpine.
He's struggling with those tires. We can clearly see.
We can see the 2 early stops there are not helping. We are, how old are these tires? 10, 12 laps, I would say.
Yeah. How has he done that to those harder tires in 10 to 12 laps?
Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh
where
my
is he
god.
gone?
What the hell is
God.
going on?
Now we know how those tires have died in 12 laps. Oh my god. Oh my
Well,
god.
any hope
Now
of the
we-
Alpine getting back into it is now gone. It's just vanished after that. I don't think this is salvageable. Oh, there goes the rear wing.
Jesus, is he gonna pit here or is he taking the risk?
I mean, he's my god, he is racing
If we-
without a
if
front
we-
and a rear wing. They are
if you look at
virtually
the
gone.
rear-
Oh, and there's the Red Bull. The Red Bull is on one, that's for
Oh.
sure.
If we look at the overhead cam for the Alpine, we can see how his tires are just gone. They're stripped of all their grip.
They're definitely weak. I can see that myself here.
Weak like the driver's skill. Looking at this rate. Oh my god.
Oh man. Well,
Oh,
okay. I mean, I don't even know what to say here, Ollie. What's going on? What's going on?
I'm surprised he didn't flip 7 times in the air after that one.
Surprised. I'm surprised this guy's still in the. Oh, and oh my God, what is happening?
What is it? The Alpine team's definitely gonna have to speak to him after that one.
I'd be surprised. Honestly, I would be more surprised to see Hunt and Cole at the next race, given what they've done this race. I'd be surprised to see them there.
As the people say, it's a sticky one still for the Alpine.
It is something of a miracle that this race has not been red flagged, given this conduct.
I think Richardson's inner lioness came out.
I think so.
Oh, I need a big look up. Oh my god.
Let's check in with everyone else here. Let's just do a quick scan. So Richardson is close to lapping Hunt again here. Well, not necessarily close, but it is in the cards within the next few laps if he continues this pace. And as you can see, it's just a clear skill issue for everyone else. Richardson is dominating again this season. First race and lap 35. One pit stop. Richardson, as we can see, it's updated in the bottom left for Richardson. I don't know what's going on with the other cars. It's not updating, but we can see with Richardson here, one pit stop, 35 laps. 35 laps. Yeah, the inner lines come out, but only a couple of incidents for him, a couple spins, a little bit of off track, but we haven't seen his car flip 7 times or plow straight into a wall. So, as far as I'm concerned, I mean, I think he's the best driver out there today. That's for sure. And really showing how a champion should be driving. Really, I mean, we see Cole and Hunt in 2 and 3, but really they are more. Oh, and the Alpine almost kills the Red Bull. Oh my God! Let's take a look. Let's take a look. That was dangerous. But in other news, the Red Bull has in fact lapped the Alpine again.
Oh my god.
That was completely reckless and dangerous.
One of his tires are gone, I believe. And he's gonna pop tire.
And that is a puncture. Yes. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god. To be honest,
it looks like a puncture on the left rear. Left rear tire. Left rear tire is punctured. Yellow flag is out. There is a VSC. I believe there's a VSC deployed at this point. Let's see where the other cars are. Okay, Hunt's gaining. Hunt's close. Oh, and he is spun. Okay, it's flat and punctured. He's holding up the AlphaTauri. The AlphaTauri is slowly passing. I mean, I don't know. There's no VSC marker right now, but there is a yellow. There are yellows out. Keep in mind, everybody, there is yellows on the track. The marshals have the yellow out. And this is dangerous. I'm surprised he's not being told to stop by his team. This is destroying the car, the track. This is dangerous.
That floorboard must be very strong.
Yeah, this is a disaster. Let's keep eyes on. I mean, we might as well take a look at Hun here. We're in this situation. We might as well keep eyes on it. So he's trying to get back to the pits, but he almost just killed the marshal and the ambulance. That we're trying to help him there. Somehow he's going down the track with 3 tires. I've never seen this before in the history of my experience.
I don't know. I think Hunt's got a little excited by this Emirates.
Oh my god. This is dangerous. This is dangerous. And okay, he is off track, so we won't have a safety car just yet.
I believe, Nick, I believe he's getting quite excited.
Yeah, Ollie, he's getting very excited here. He wants to win. Oh my god. Oh my god. This could be disastrous. Oh my god. And yeah, we've just seen the Alpine knock the Red Bull off track. Let's check in with the Red Bull team here. What are they saying? They are furious. Luckily, Richardson being the skilled driver he is, he did manage to avoid a full-on collision. But they are reporting here. I'm hearing side pod damage and front wing damage. Front wing damage and side pod. Yeah, and he's gonna go into the pit. Oh, and there is a safety car. Safety car has been deployed. Safety car deployed. Okay, so this is gonna be. I believe this is still technically a stop. This is still technically a stop under safety car. So I think from my knowledge of the rules here, he should not lose position because everyone has to slow down here. So if a car does pass him, they will be able to keep the position. But I think this was optimal timing. He got front wing replaced and new C4s on safety cars, so they won't really get any wear here. That, you know, maybe a little bit, but no significant wear. If this safety car is even 2 laps, I think Richardson will win this race. Considering we have received word that the Alpine is in the pits with extensive damage. So hopefully they'll be able to replace that front wing, and I don't know what they're going to do about the rear.
I honestly don't know how he has decided. I honestly do not know how he's. Oh my god!
This is a disaster with a capital D. This is a total disaster for everyone involved. Let's check in with the safety car here.
He didn't spin into the pit wall, surprisingly.
Let's check in with the safety car here. We're looking at the trees. Apologies, everyone. Let's check in with the safety car. So they have caught the leader, which they would not have actually. So it might have been beneficial for Red Bull to stay out another lap, get some space, then pit, and start at the back of the queue with the extra lap. But you know, that was a risk, right? We didn't know if there was going to be a safety car, considering how much they've been getting away with today. So we'll see. Anyways, under safety car.
The big question here is, what is Cole going to be able to do?
Probably nothing, given the fact that he has been in the wall more than on the track today. Let's see. Well, okay, we are receiving word from race control. Yeah, we have just been told by race officials that 31 car will be able to unlap itself, surprisingly. So the 31 car should be passing the safety car anytime now, probably on this next straight. And they will be fully unlapping, so they will be able to pass the car twice and return to the end of the queue. So this gives everyone another chance, I guess. This does give everyone another chance to get level and a potential win.
I don't think... Oh,
today.
There he goes.
So that will be the first pass. That will be the first pass. So he will get to pass again one more time. Let's take a look at his racecraft as he soars through the lap here.
This is very lucky for the Alpine team. He was behind in lap, but he's gonna try and make a redemption.
I mean, my assumption is they're gonna need a lot of laps here under safety to clear all the debris he caused. Oh, and my God, interesting.
That's an interesting approach. Now, what is the Stewart's gonna do after that one?
Well, he's done it during the race and under safety car, so I'm really not entirely sure. Oh, but he decides to take this one. That's good. That's good to know.
That's good to know.
That's good that he's decided to follow some of the rules.
I think he would have turned into an Emirates plane if he didn't do that one.
For the second time today, he's going to be up in the air spinning 7 times.
True. Oh my God, it's been a heck of a race. First race back.
Oh, and he's deploying DRS. Anyway, you know what they say? Hunt likes to fly like a plane, but he doesn't land like one. He lands like a rocket ship, smashing into the ground. Anyway.
Oh, quite quick through this corner. Did he? Let's check. He is quite quick. He's quite quick, trying to catch this.
So he will be.
We do have news. He did change tires to the C.
Okay, yep. I missed that. He did on that pit stop clearly change. He
Now
clearly
we can
did
see.
change.
And let's hope he doesn't destroy them in the next 2 laps.
Well, there we can never be too sure.
Is he gonna take the
oh,
corner?
no, he's not. No, he's coming straight through.
Oh my God.
Well, you
Big
know what?
danger.
I think we've seen enough. It's hard enough. Let's go back to our leader here. So 2 pit stops here. The freshest tires on the grid in terms of you know, the freshest softs, I believe. I mean,
Yeah,
technically Hunt might have, you know, a couple hundred meters of fresher tires, but really not much.
I was saying, there was going to be no way the AlphaTauri was going to go the whole race without pitting another time, but it seems he's been lucky. Now he doesn't have to use his tires at high speed. He doesn't have to do anything like that. Now he can be all controlled. Make sure his tires don't degrade as much.
There goes the Alpine again. So this will make him on the same lap as everyone else if he catches up here.
Aston Martin is going a bit slower, trying to make sure that Alpine does catch up.
Yeah, race control definitely doing a good job here. Definitely doing a good job here.
At this rate, the safety car might even overtake car. We never know.
Thank goodness we are not having a repeat of Abu Dhabi 2021 here. Yas Marina safety car incident. You know, I think this is the right call. There's a lot of debris. You know, the car is going to be out at least another lap. So, I mean, hoping Hunt doesn't, you know, crash again. We will have a good race here for the last 10 to 13 laps, depending on when the safety car heads off here. I'm predicting probably lap 40, I would say 41, the safety car goes in here. It's
all race control, to be honest.
Well, okay. But we have seen the debris is clear. So the debris has been cleared from the track. But the car has already been told to unlap itself. So they're not going to go back on that right now. Maybe if it was last lap, it was cleared, they would have. But in this situation, you know, I think it's the right call. Let the car unlap itself.
Yeah, true. Let's see. But the big question is the Alpine gonna actually be able to, or is he gonna fly like a? That's the big question.
The question is, are we gonna have clean racing when the safety car does go in? You know, we've got everyone bunched up, but considering the fact that the AlphaTauri and the Alpine have both been, you know, a little bit reckless today, let's face it. You know, the AlphaTauri really not minding track limits, and then the Alpine both not minding track limits and deciding to race in a dangerous manner, flying through the sky, 7 flips. You know, we think we're at a gymnastics tournament or something. And the AlphaTauri is off the track again. Oh, and the Alpine does get a position here, but I'm not sure that's going to be allowed to stand. I think the Alpine or the AlphaTauri will get its position back, but we will see. Okay, race control has confirmed that the AlphaTauri will get it back. Yep, there we go. Okay, all is good.
I'm very excited for this restart because you never know. Is Richardson going to be able to stick to that P1? Is he going to be able to clench onto the P1?
I mean, you know, as we were talking about, I don't know, 20 or so laps ago, the only hope for AlphaTauri, Alpine, Cole Hunt was to get this safety car, and now they've got it. It's a long safety car. It's not going in this lap, we can tell. I think we would know by now. You know, maybe not actually. We're not through the 7th corner, so there is still a chance it goes in early. But I think to kind of calm the race down a bit, I think they're going to leave it out. Probably another lap. I would say another lap. I don't see it going more than 2. You know, we're going to have 10. I would say we're going to have a good 10 laps of racing here. So, you know, given nobody else plows into a wall or, you know, takes anyone else's head off, I would say we're going to have a good rest of the race here. You know, and for the fans, this is great. Go ahead, Ollie. What's up?
So the big question is for you. Do you think what strategy do you think Max is?
I'm not sure who Max is.
Sorry, got a little bit confused. But what strategy do you think Richardson's going to use?
Well, Cole has, in fact, we've been told Cole has passed the Red Bull. Will that be a penalty? Will that affect the AlphaTauri if it gets P1 off the restart? We'll have to find out. You know, for me, we'll find out. We'll keep you guys updated on that. But for me, I think the strategy here is pretty simple. You're on fresh tires. Oh, and the Alpine was going to pit, and then he's told to go out. A Lewis Hamilton China situation, if you remember all those years ago. That? I believe that was the Chinese Grand Prix, where he got stuck in the gravel pit after being told to go back out. Anyway, it's a pretty simple strategy, right? He's got the softs. He's got the best tire for 10 laps. 10 laps, surely he can get done. What?
What's Cole doing? He's got Cole is accelerating and braking quite quickly. What was that? Was he trying to
we all know the Alpine and the AlphaTauri aren't quite sure how to race. We know this. It's been prevalent the past 40 laps that they really don't know what they're doing on the track here. So hopefully they fix that next race. But you know, as it currently stands, of course, you know, there's a lot of cars out, so I think that plays a factor. You know, if Richardson gets a good start and can gain a second, you know, maybe using the slow start strategy, the slow restart strategy. If he can gain a second there, this race is over, because no matter what Hunt and Cole do, their car is not the Red Bull. The Red Bull is the best car on the grid, given the stats, given the testing results and everything. The Red Bull's the fastest. So if the Red Bull can gain a second to whoever's P2, it's over. It's over for them. You know, I think the Red Bull definitely could win this, but it's really going to be about the restart. Are they going to have any, you know, oversteer, understeer first corner? Are they going to slide? Are we going to see brake lock? You know, stuff like that. It's just about being cool under pressure. And clearly he's won the past 15 races in the league. So, of course, last season. So if he can keep that up, I think the Red Bull does win this. In terms of strategy, that's really the strategy, you know, win the race. There's no need to worry about the tires. They're brand new. There's no need to worry about the other drivers, because, you know, if we use what we've seen so far, they're going to take each other out and really give Richardson a free first victory of the season here, potentially.
I believe so. We can see in the preseason Bahrain testing. Was it Bahrain or was it Spain?
Bahrain. It was Bahrain.
Okay,
yeah,
Bahrain, yes.
They did a Spain, but Spain, I believe, was private. I don't believe it was. I don't believe they released the statistics or values from those tests.
I'm looking at the results for the pre-test. We can see that Richardson in that Red Bull very fast. The AlphaTauri 1 second off the pace from the Red Bull. It was quite close for them in qualifying, but in the race overall, with a monstrous lead, he led 5 laps easily. The consistency from Richardson is just, we can see this, you know what I mean?
Of course. Sorry to interrupt you here, Ollie, but it looks like we are going to be having another lap under safety car, surprisingly. I was expecting this to be our go green, but the lights are still flashing. We are going to have one more full lap under the safety car. So it looks like we're going to be down to 10 laps, or 9 laps, rather. I think 9 is the most. Yeah, okay, so it's going in this lap. So I guess the call came just a little too late when they were already turning onto the main straight. So this will be the last lap under safety car. And let's keep in mind that it will be up to Richardson to decide the pace once we go through turn 7. So once we're past turn 7, the safety car should disengage the lights, and it will be up to the lead driver to determine our pace here. So what are we going to see for the restart strategy, right? That's what we were just talking about. You know, as we just discussed, the Bahrain, Richardson did have the fastest car, right? A second, you know, doesn't seem like a lot, maybe, you know, to somebody who isn't familiar with how the cars work here. But a second is race winning, really. I mean, usually it's a couple hundredths of a second we're talking, right? Between P1, P2. Sometimes it does get up there, but a second in terms of raw power from the Red Bull versus the next car, which I believe you said is the AlphaTauri, is quite detrimental to both of them. I mean, the qualifying pace is good, but again, that has a lot to do with, you know, clean air, optimal setups, optimal track condition, right? we're not always going to have that in a race. So the second race difference in testing, and depending what the result is in here, will give us kind of a good, I feel, overview of what we'll see this season over the next 16 races. And while we're just heading on to this final straight, I think we have enough time to just look at our schedule for this season. So after this, we are staying in Italy. We're actually going to Imola on the 7th of January for round 2, race number 2 of this season. And then after that, it will be Mexico and then Belgium. Those are the next 3 races. So Italy, Mexico, and Belgium. So obviously that's going to be interesting to see. Belgium's a very fun race, in my opinion. It's one of my favorite on the calendar. And Mexico, a race we did not see last season in Coastline Racing. We did not see Mexico, so that will be exciting. That's our 3rd race. And then after that, round 5, we'll be heading to Melbourne. But now we are going to get back into this race. Looking ahead is always great, but it will be now up to the lead car to set the pace. So the safety car should be disengaging here and getting off the track, or going off to the side, rather. And we'll see. What do we think Richardson could do on this restart here?
I think it's simple. He's shown the consistency. He's shown everything great during his laps. I think he's going to have a great start. I think it's going to be a close battle, but I don't know. I've got a feeling that's something.
Yeah, he has shown us a lot of talent in these past 15 races last season. You know, I always hate to refer to the season before, different teams, different conditions, different cars even, but we have to look at it, and he is going for the slow restart. But we do have to look at that previous data to make assumptions about this season and given it.
Moving into a defensive position from the Alpine.
So we're going 3 wide on the restart. Okay, and Richardson is able to get off. He is about 300ths of a second now up on the AlphaTauri, 400ths. So it doesn't look like he was as successful as he hoped. Oh, lockup from the AlphaTauri, which will allow the Red Bull to keep its P1. You know, tires are going to be a little cold for all of the cars here, but, you know, we have had a lot of running time, so I think they'll be able to get back up to pace quickly, and yeah, it's looking that way. Richardson with a very strong exit there, 500ths up on P2. And not far behind for P3. Oh, another lockup. The AlphaTauri is really struggling with tires here. Oh, and the AlphaTauri is off the track. The AlphaTauri has gone off the track a little. He is back on now. A little bit off again. Slight damage probably to the front wing and side pod from that. But he has dropped the place now. Hunt is in P2. Let's see what we can see from Hunt. A bit of a difficult race for him. And these tires are definitely going to be troublesome for him if he's hard braking for the next 10 laps. But we'll see what he can do. He is a second outside, so he will not be able to use DRS on this upcoming straight unless he gains the time in this corner. And he does manage to gain, and he is within DRS, so he can open it here. Cole, a little bit behind, 4.5 seconds, but he should be able to catch up. Let's see what Richardson does. Going into the last corner, almost, okay, creating a bit of a gap there, but Hunt will keep it. Hunt will keep it solid. This is some great racing from everyone involved. Okay, and Hunt will have DRS. He will have DRS that he chooses not to use.
I don't think he knew he was. I think he was just.
I think the timing came in a little bit awkwardly there for the team, and they weren't able to deploy it.
The Alpine really struggling. You know, I mean, he's really struggling.
Let's take a look at the AlphaTauri. Okay, you know, 4 seconds, 5 seconds, he can still gain this. I'm not too concerned. But it could be dangerous. Let's keep our eyes on Richardson, who we said if he can get this second gap has basically secured the win here for the Red Bull for the first race of this season. Let's see what happens.
Losing some time.
So he is a little slow through these corners. Maybe he's just a little nervous about the tires. He has been driving slow the whole race. Now he's getting up to a race pace here. Excuse me, only 300 separate the drivers. So we'll see what's going on. This is a high-speed corner, so it's really who can do it better. And it looks like they both did that flawlessly. That was flawless there on turn 7. 200ths of a second. Hunt is right on the tail of this Red Bull, but the Red Bull's raw speed and power on the straight has increased it to 500ths here. We'll see. This corner, though, the cornering on the Alpine is significantly better than the Red Bull. The Red Bull is a straight-line speed demon. Now, we will have DRS for Hunt. Hunt will have DRS here. Richardson with a 1:30.05, which will be the new fastest lap. And Hunt just chooses to use DRS to catch up when he's not supposed to, but when he's allowed, I haven't seen it deployed. Lock up by Hunt. Close racing here. Couple hundred separate them. Let's see if Cole can get back into this. Let's keep our eyes here, but let's see if Cole can get back into this. Hunt, Richardson, very close, wheel to wheel.
Oh my God. Oh,
and the Alpine literally same time as him, and the Red Bull trying to squeeze him off. Oh, the Alpine gets the move done. The lockup, and the Red Bull backs out. That is not very like them. 300s now. Hunt is P1. Let's see if Richardson can bring this back. 300s separate them. 400s. The Alpine is gaining time on the corners. Oh, but an aggressive lunge by the Red Bull into that corner. Wow, taking all the room there. Brilliant corner there coming through Crypto corner. I'm not sure which one that is. And DRS activated for the Red Bull.
Let's see what you can do here.
It won't be enough. I don't think he's going to get the move done. Yep. Brakes too early, but this is a high-speed corner again. This really is good for overtaking here. Gains 200s there. 200s gained. And on the straight line, it looks like Richardson will be able to get this done. 200s there. Straight line speed coming in to great effect. They're close. Oh, they touch. They're both off. Okay, but they stay on track. Hunt spins. Richardson takes P1. P1 for Richardson. Let's see what's happening back here. Cole overpasses Hunt too. Hunt is back in the race. Hunt is back in the hunt, so to speak.
Oh, it looks a little bit.
Yeah, and it is looking like the Alpine sustained significant front left wheel damage from that collision. Not sure if we'll get another look at that after the race, but as it stands right now, that is and he's cutting the corner again. But as it stands right now, Richardson will be the leader of this season for the Drivers' Championship. Red Bull will be the leaders for the Constructors. And he will continue his undefeated record of 16 races if, as it stands, it finishes. We'll see what Cole can do. Cole now in P2. 3 seconds separate him. And what do you think? What are you thinking here, Ollie? Are we gonna see Richardson win his 16th straight race in the league, or do you think Cole has what it takes to come down to the wire and destroy the other part of the Red Bull family here?
I think Cole is not going to get the win today. Just look at that gap. It's
the gap is fairly enormous. I mean, for what it is, for just being on the restart, we've really only had about 2 to 3 laps of racing.
Let's check in with the Alpine. What's going on over there?
Check in with who? Sorry.
The Alpine. Oh, let's see. Going quite slow into that corner.
Yeah, it is looking like they have front suspension damage for sure here. Maybe suspension, maybe wheel.
We can.
And Cole's a new fastest lap, 1:29.844. So that could be very beneficial for AlphaTauri in the points race, in the constructors race, to beat Red Bull.
Is the Red Bull gonna be able to get that new fastest time?
We will see. I mean, it is only the first race, so the 1 point is not a huge factor. But down the line, assuming the racing stays this tight, because this is brilliant. Everybody's racing really well. Excuse me. The Alpine, unfortunately, losing, a lot of its ability to fight here. But aside from that, I would give credit to Hunt for cleaning up this race. I mean, luck. The safety car was a stroke of luck for the Alpine team, but now he is racing well. A little bit of off track there, but what are you gonna do?
He was quite a good racer back in season 1. And
in the Ferrari, Hunt was very good. He especially near the end. We know that he cleaned it up a bit.
DRS. He used about 2 seconds of DRS.
Yeah, that'll definitely have to be looked into. Let's see what Cole and Richardson are doing. Okay, a little off track there. Let's see what Cole does here. Cole within 3 seconds, so he has not increased in gap, but he has not decreased the gap either. He's not getting any closer right now. Richardson.
He has decreased the gap to 2
I wouldn't really call it decreasing. It's staying steady from what I'm seeing.
Hunt's lost a lot of time there. 10 seconds. He might have spun.
Yeah, we might have had some contact with Hunt there, unfortunately. But that's how it goes. Sometimes your car gets damaged and you gotta limp it home. you know, it sucks. It sucks to see after such a great safety car restart, but I don't think this is salvageable for the Alpine. I think it's going to be a 1 Red Bull, 2 AlphaTauri, 3 Alpine.
Yeah, that seems very possible.
You know, this season is definitely looking promising. That's for sure. You know, it's a little close. It's a little close to what we saw at the beginning of last season. But, you know, given the experience of these drivers now having 1 full season, 15 races under their belt, I think it will be closer.
Yes, I do agree.
Oh, and Hunt is now 4 seconds from Cole. That is much closer than the 10 we saw at the start of this lap.
Yeah.
Oh my, a little bit of a slingshot almost off the curb there for the Red Bull, but keeps it in control and keeps the speed, which is probably the more important thing to recognize here.
Alpine back there. I think he's throwing his car into corners very reckless. Don't know what he's gonna do.
It's definitely something to keep an eye on.
From Richardson, 129.367.
And will that be the lap to end it? The AlphaTauri did not get to time that lap. There's 4 laps left. If I'm going, a little bit of slippage, a little bit of off track. If I'm the AlphaTauri in this situation, I'm definitely trying to get the fastest lap, because if you can get P2 with fastest lap, you know, that definitely gives you an advantage next race, because a win without fastest lap will put you in into P1, as long as obviously the Red Bull doesn't do the same thing you did. Taking a look here.
The AlphaTauri is spun.
That is true. We have a major spin there. Pretty devastating to the chances, but they're still close.
Hunt in P2. What is Hunt gonna do? Close racing here. Let's watch from Cole's perspective. Oh my. Cole must be furious.
Let's see what we can see with the defending from the Alpine.
Yeah,
Cole does have DRS. Cole has the DRS here. Good use for the first time in both of these drivers' careers. And what a clean overtake by Cole. You know, that's just good racing. That's just good racing. Oh my god. And the Alpine, wow, saved it from a full-on spin. But that was risky. That was risky, ladies and gentlemen.
That was beautiful from Cole. Very good use of his DRS. Oh my god. The Alpine is struggling. He did seem to have a slither of hope, but that's been snatched away by Cole.
Cole definitely driving very clean, but a 13-second gap to Richardson.
I don't think that's what.
And this is not overcomable. I mean, all Red Bull has to do here is drive slow. You know, not slow, but drive a safe, clean race. I mean, they have 13 seconds.
What's happened to Hunt?
We don't know. He's probably gone for another trip into the sky.
Probably.
But as it stands, Richardson will be the leader for our second season. P1 driver, P1 constructors, Red Bull and Richardson. We'll see what happens, but it's not looking pretty for the other competitors here.
That's true. That is true. Let's look at Hunt's times. He's
oh my goodness, off track again. You know what? Let's just watch some clean racing.
That is true. If we look back at Hunt, he's been unable to get fastest lap for 10 laps in a row from 30 to 40.
I do believe Hunt did have fastest lap momentarily earlier in this race. I believe he did hold fastest lap. Let's see.
Hunt's fastest time today was a 1:30.50500.
Yeah, we have to be sure we're not looking at an invalid time here. And yeah, I do see that. That is a valid lap time according to the stewards. 1:30.05. Yeah, on lap 44 on the C4.
If you look at back at laps, he's got a lot of invalidated.
He does have a lot of invalid fastest lap laps, but you know, it can always be reinstated. I think that's all we're seeing here for Richardson, though. I think he's got this secured. I mean, Hunt has clearly spun, or you know, that damage to his vehicle has affected him too much. He's now 43 seconds back. I think Alpine's day is over. As much as I hate to say it, you know, we'll check in with them, but yeah, the Alpine's day is over. It can't turn. You know, there's no point in fighting the car. It's just not turning here. You know,
That's true.
it sucks for Hunt. You know, such a promising chance really after the safety car, but that collision, I mean, and let's be honest, I think that's on him. I think, yeah, and he's cutting the corner here again. So I think he'll be disqualified after all these cuts. The AlphaTauri, though, maybe a chance.
He was very close with that corner, but obviously that collision with wasn't really the best thing for him.
It was a racing incident, you know. It's a racing incident, and unfortunately, that racing incident is going to be the end of his day today. I was going to say Cole might have a chance here, but unless Richardson plows it into a wall or spins it around 3 times, you know, this is over. You know, unless we have an engine failure, tire pop, you know, an issue with the car. If he drives like he has been all day, I don't think he can lose this. I mean, 52 out of 53. We've seen crazier things. You know, Baku back in 2017, I believe, or was it 2018? One of the two. Pretty crazy stuff from the Red Bull drivers that year. So maybe we see something where he, you know, maybe his tires pop, anything. But as it stands, it's not looking like Cole will be able to do much. And as soon as we get to the 53rd lap, I believe we'll go on board here and just see if he can hang on to this victory.
I believe it's just Hunt's just been so unlucky this race.
Whoa! What we talked about is happening. Richardson, damage to the no damage. He's okay.
I think one of the bumps.
He's okay. Let's see. We can't really see his eyes. We don't know if there's anger in his eyes about that one, but
we just see the lion on top of his head.
It was definitely a bit close there. That was definitely a risk we didn't want to see him take, and you know, Cole is now 10 seconds. Is it going to be enough to throw him off? And as we look over the rear of his wing, it does not look like Cole has caught up enough to put him in danger. But if it happens again, you never know. Leader is on the final lap, and that will be Richardson. Richardson is on final lap of the race. Final lap of the race for Richardson.
Let's just see this final lap of Richardson. Let's see how good he does how he gets the very good consistency. Let's watch how he.
We are watching on the onboard camera, so any delays or lag is unfortunately due to the onboard system. You know, 300 kilometers an hour relaying video is not always gonna work, but it's amazing how far we've come in our TV technology for these races. Anyways,
he uses the whole track. Okay, you can see that he gets very close to the curb.
This is a very good lap. You know, not his best of the race by any means. You know, we've already seen Sector 1 time here. Is not going to be his fastest lap, but, you know, you don't really go for fastest on the last. You go for nice speed, consistency. Yeah, okay. A little bit wide there, a little bit wide through turn 7. But as it stands, you know, we didn't have that issue again. On that turn, on turn 7, right? So if he was gonna have it, I think this is secured. I think Richardson here is P1.
I mean, no, not Dutch. My bad. It looks like he's going Richardson's way,
and it will. Richardson will finish P1. First race of the season, first win of the season, and that will be Red Bull and Richardson on top for yet another start to another season. Let's watch the cooldown lap and discuss what we will be seeing in the weeks to come. We will watch this from his point of view. So, speaking of what's to come, what is to come on the schedule? I know we talked about it under the safety car, but next week going to Imola. What do we think for the chances?
I think that at Alpine, obviously we saw last season that the Hunt is very strong in Imola, sorry. He's quite strong on the track. But are we going to see Hunt get his first victory or his first pole position of the season?
That's true. We did not have live coverage of qualifying this week. We may have it next week at the Imola Grand Prix Italy V2. But you know, Imola's a track that's really for anyone. Monza, I feel the problem really for these other teams was they didn't have a chance to show their car off this week, right? Monza's a very high-speed track, and the Red Bull is obviously the fastest car. It's the fastest, it's the best on the straights, But it is not good in the corners. We saw that. That's how Hunt got the overtake and had P1 for a couple of maybe a couple hundred meters, but he still had it on a corner. So if they can replicate that next week in Imola, I think we could definitely see Alpine or even AlphaTauri. We didn't see it from AlphaTauri today, but maybe next week we will get that P1 and take some points and really give Red Bull a run for their money.
Like I said, Hunt he says it's his track, okay? There's been multiple instances where he said, oh, he can win it. He can win in Imola, sorry.
Right.
But are we gonna see this performance? Because we see the Alpine car struggling. Version of him. Are we done?
Definitely. No. So yeah, the live feed has cut out. I believe he's getting out of the car now, so that's why we're out of live feed. But yeah, talking about the next race.
Sorry for the stop, but yeah, like I said, is the Alpine gonna carry on with these issues? Are his brakes gonna suffer even more?
It will really come down. It will really come down to what Alpine's able to do this week, keeping the car in service. Getting those issues figured out. AlphaTauri, not really any issues with the car to my knowledge that I saw or heard of this week, but they're gonna just have to tighten up on the driving. Red Bull really just keep doing what they're doing and they'll be fine. But that's gonna be all for us this week, I believe, right? Do you have anything?
Yeah.
That's gonna be all for us this week. Don't forget, if you are interested, Coastline Racing, make sure to check the links located down below. And we will see you all next week. Thanks for tuning in.